All right, everybody, welcome to Curly Hair Artistry. My name is Scott Musgrave. In this episode, we are doing Silver Hair Series number 2, and I got a special guest that's going to be popping on here any second now, so hold on. And I just want to say that she's a good friend of mine. We've known each other for a few years, and when I saw her growing her silver hair out, I was like, oh my gosh, it is stunning. And so for those of you that are growing your silver hair out, she's got, as you'll see, part of it growing out, and she's got her hair color still going on. So I want to ask her some questions, and I just want to hear part of her story and hear how she's dealing with some of this stuff, because it's stuff that you'll be dealing with or are dealing with. And some of you are into a journey of 1 year or 2 years. Some people are into it at 1 to 2 months. So we're going to hear all of this story. So come on in. I want to bring you in now and bring my special guest. And there she is. This is Bhairavi Kinder. Hey, Bhairavi.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm in North Carolina, and you are where?
I'm in a suburb of St. Louis, Missouri.
So you're a Midwest girl?
Midwest, yes.
So we've known each other for a while, right?
Yes, it'll be close to 3 years now, I think.
Yeah, and so I always like telling the story. It's kind of funny because you sent me an email when Cultivate Your Curls was out, asking if you think if I thought the course would benefit you, and I was like, well, your hair is already great. You know, this is for like Aunt Matilda in Alabama that can't get to me and sit in my chair, and you know she needs it probably more than you do, but you didn't listen to me.
I did, right? And I bought it anyway. And
yeah, and then you saw that and you've been using some other methods and systems for like many years. You've been in the curly world for a while. Like how long?
13 or 12 years now.
Yeah,
I started with, I saw Lorraine Massey on the Today Show, went to Barnes and Nobles, bought the Curly Girl Method book. Before Facebook, anyone was on Instagram. I was on that Curl Talk forum through Naturally Curly. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And then I kind of dropped off being all into the curl thing, and I just did my own thing, but was a product junkie, trying a million things, had all the bottles under my sink. And then I think as my girls got older, I just got back into it and got into some Facebook groups. And then a few years later, purchased the Cultivate Your Curls course. And that kind of just settled me down. And I got rid of a lot of product. I've kind of got my favorites that I keep. And I don't buy products very often. And when I do it based on ingredients. So I don't focus really on my hair too much anymore. And my latest thing is transitioning my hair, so I've been into that, and so it's been good.
Yeah, and that's what I love about a lot of people in our community. And for those that don't know, Bhairavi is a moderator for the Cultivate Your Curls Facebook group, and it's over 1,600 at this point. So thank you for helping moderate that along with Shantae and Danielle. And there are so many people that I see personally that sit in my chair that are so grateful for your input, your patience. But a big part of what Cultivate Your Curls has taught me is it's not just all about hair. It goes deeper into the heart and soul of building confidence, your dignity, and your esteem. And then once you learn to embrace your curls, you can take those same principles and apply it to other areas of your life and move on to more important things. And you moved on to more important things other than curly groups all over the place.
Right. I've actually slowly, I still chime in and all, but we've got a great community. And so there's plenty of people that help out, but I've slowly kind of disengaged from some of the hair stuff because I've got some other interests. I like reading. I'm into fitness. I work out every day. So, and then just time with my family. I was traveling. That's totally slowed down, but yeah, I can focus on other things.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a link down below in the description of your journey on Instagram, because you document most of your journey on Instagram, right? And that's like back to Wavy.
Right. BAK2 Wavy. And I was posting more frequently. Now I post maybe once a month because I really want to document how my hair is growing in, so I can go back when it's all done and look at how I got through the process.
Yeah, and that's a fun journey to see with pictures. And that's a good point. I really encourage those of you that are starting out to document your journey, because good golly, I mean, you're not going to cut all your hair off and go short, are you?
No, I don't have any plans
so
to it. And I
let
can
it,
talk about how what decision process I went through when I decided to start. But I like my hair right around this length or maybe slightly longer. And so I'm not willing to go super short and not be happy with the way I look. So I want to feel confident during those transitions. So for me, that's keeping my hair a certain length.
All right, so I think that's important, because some people do cut their hair off, but I'd say the majority of people grow it out and just keep it long, and that's a longer process.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and that's all right though. So I think a big part of I'm assuming, but I'm thinking you're a strong person anyways. Learning to embrace your hair for 13 years in the curly world really, I think, instilled some confidence in who you are as a person. But there are people that don't have that yet. And so as they're thinking about growing their silver out, they're more vulnerable to, I think, other people's opinions and comments from other people. So that's part of the journey, I think, that everyone has to face is in determining that. What was the determining factor? When did you start going silver?
I started
like young. Were you younger?
That. Okay, yeah. So my first gray silver hair started coming in my late 20s. But it was to where I would see a few and I would pluck them out. And then I probably started coloring in my 30s, but I could space it far apart because I didn't have that many grays. So I was probably coloring every 8 weeks or so. Then as more and more came in, and then as of recently when I made the decision, I would touch up my roots. I wouldn't pull the color through.
You did it yourself? Touch up your roots yourself?
Yes, I did touch up my roots myself. I'd go to my stylist maybe twice a year and have her get it, because I wouldn't get the back as good, or if I didn't have like my husband jump in or my daughters help me get the back. But I would go, I would touch up my roots, and I felt like within 2 to 3 weeks, I'm seeing little, like growth. And then I'd be like, it started weighing heavily on me as to the frequency and the maintenance of it. I was just getting tired of it. So that kind of led to me making a decision to stop. But it wasn't a quick decision, because it took me, I would say, about 2 years of thinking about it. Like, oh, I wonder when I'll stop coloring. I hadn't even given it a thought probably about 2 years ago. I thought maybe closer to 60. Well, then I got to
the age of 60?
Is when I thought I would stop coloring.
Oh, okay. So
so I moved that up a lot.
Yeah, because you're how old now?
I moved my timeline up a lot.
Because you're how old now?
I'm 50. I turned 50 last month in July. So I moved it up by 10 years.
Yeah.
And then what got me kind of thinking about it is I met a couple of good curl friends through curl communities, and one through Cultivate Your Curls. And I just seeing their confidence and how, they carry themselves, and they're such beautiful, strong women, that it got my brain churning about, you know what? I don't know how much longer I want to keep dealing with this every 3 to 4 weeks, staring at my roots and not liking them. And when October of last year came around, my husband and I did a little trip together, and I came back, and I didn't expect it. I just said, I'm done. I did my last touch up right before that trip.
Around
and then
October.
When I came, yes, October of 2019 is when I stopped.
2019. So it wasn't because of COVID, you were stuck at home and all that? No? Okay, so that's good.
I'd been marinating, thinking on it for a little while. And
did you ask your husband his opinion, or your daughters, or?
Yeah, the only people I mentioned it to, I just said, I think I'm going to stop coloring my hair. I did mention it to my husband and daughters. Other than that, I have not asked a single person their opinion. I never asked anyone, should I stop coloring my hair? What do you think? It came all
your
from
hairstylist?
me.
You didn't ask your hairstylist?
No, I told her over the last couple of years, I mentioned to her that I'm getting so tired of coloring my hair, I might stop. And she's very like encouraging, very positive. And she goes, oh, I think, you know, gray hair, silver hair is beautiful. And I think that you'll look great. And so she's very supportive. So
good.
But I still have never asked my close friends, anybody, their opinion. Like, do you think, or how do you think I look? I never asked that. Not interested, honestly. So that's why
Good.
it had to be on me, right? Like I had to be okay with it. And I got to the point where I decided I wasn't going to be self-conscious. I can't say that I'm not totally self-conscious, but how I approached it was when October, I had decided that was the last time I touched up my roots. I started basically blurting it out to everybody I know that, hey, I'm not going to color my hair anymore. And it made me feel better just saying it. My husband and daughters made fun of me saying, Mom, everybody doesn't need to know, or you don't have to tell everybody. But I said, I do for myself. It makes me feel better just putting it out there. And this is what I'm doing. My hair's going to look a little funky for a while, but I'm going for it.
That's good. I think that's a good, important thing, because I call it like planting seeds or casting vision. You're telling people ahead of time what's going to happen down the road and preparing people for that. In business, I call it planting seeds and casting vision, but you were planting seeds and casting vision to your community of people. So there was no surprises. And I think that takes a level of courage to do that. Because I think a lot of people want to try to hide it, and hopefully nobody will notice it, but everybody's going to notice it.
Right.
So you might as well just tell everybody. So I think that's an important point to bring that out.
Right. So that was a step for me. It was part of the process. Like it made me feel committed too. If I'm telling people I'm doing this and I'm going through with it, I did. So prior to jumping in, I thought I don't call myself a very patient person. And so I thought I would need to have intervention with having highlights or stripping color out. So I did a lot of research, and between October when I started and December, I contacted 4 master colorists, one in St. Louis, one in Kansas City, one in my mom's hometown, Springfield, Missouri, and one that was in between, that I had like strong Instagram accounts, and I talked to them about it. All said they were willing to help me. They did talk about it is harsh on your hair to pull out color, or the bleaching process, and there's maintenance, because then after a while you have to tone your you have to put toner because the hair gets brassy, I think. So I did a lot of thinking on that, because I thought that was the route I wanted to go for sure. But after a lot of thought, I decided I surprised myself at my conviction and my mental strength of going through it cold turkey, and decided I wanted to maintain the integrity of my hair and didn't want to damage, the potential curls. And so I opted not to do that. I know it's a great option for many people, and it works. I just decided I think I can do this cold turkey and don't need to do that. So
yeah, as a hairstylist, seeing the level of darkness that your hair is with the color on it, to cut through that is you got to use bleach and really draw the pigment that is put in there, and that's very stressful on the hair, even with a lot of conditioners and Olaplex and all of these things that you can use. So I think that's wise on your part to say, it's personal choice for each person to diffuse that line or maintain the integrity, because even with your hair coming in now, your natural color is its own porosity and its own texture. Then you have the colored treated hair, which is very dark, and that has its own texture.
Right.
As that totally grows out, you're going to have to deal with the silver texture. And I don't even know if you really know what that is yet.
Right. It is, the more it's coming out, I'm getting a better feel for it. When I first started seeing the new growth, it's looking totally different than what I saw in November and December. I thought I have these white streaks right here, pretty solid white. And I thought I was going to be all white, because all you see at first is just a little white, peeking through for half an inch. then as more and more is growing out, I'm seeing I have quite a bit of like darkness. I have naturally like close to black hair. And then if you see, I'm lighter in the front, and I don't know if you can see this, I'm darker in the back. So
Yeah.
it's like unwrapping a package, like every, you know, like it's a surprise, and it's coming in a lot. I'm really appreciating it. It's the pattern's cool.
Right.
I've got some longer underneath, and like I said, it's just darker in the back, but I've got this white, you know, like part in the front.
It's a beautiful pattern. I mean, not many people grow out all silver all over their whole head all at once. Most people are darker in the back, lighter around the hair line around here, and different elements of it as far as like that. So as you were moving your hair around, go ahead and do that again when you were showing like the sides. Now grab where the silver is and run your fingers down and to describe what the hair feels like there to where it gets to the color. Do you notice is it some people, a lot of people think that first silver hair going in is there. Now, does yours feel about the same? Does it feel soft? Does it feel
Mine
softer?
feels soft. So I have coarse hair, like I have thicker strand width on my hair, and it's coarse, and I tend to have had high porosity hair. And when I feel the new hair coming in, it feels softer to me, actually, not as coarse feeling. I do, you know, like, well, it's hard to see in this, but I do get some, you know, like some wiry pieces, but, and it's definitely, some of it's doing it its own thing, but it feels softer to me.
All
like
right, that's good.
By the feel of my hair, and not rough.
Now, a lot of times when people are growing their hair out at that stage, they can notice at the line of demarcation where the silver is and where the color is, hair's breaking off and creating halo. Do you have that or not have
I
that?
do have a little bit of it. I do have some shorter, I think I have some new growth, because I felt like my hair was thinning. Part of it's probably age related and shifting of my hormones, but I wonder, it makes me think, like, I wonder if the hair color contributed a little bit of that too. And that now that I'm not putting hair color on my hair, I feel like I'm seeing some new growth come in. So I've got some shorter pieces. I do have a little bit of probably some pieces that have broken off that stick out.
Yeah,
so
and if you were to bleach that section, then it would just be more breakage on top of that.
Right.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people blame so many things on products, and I don't think they take into consideration what hair color does to the hair strand as well, and blame it on the products, when in all actuality, a lot of times it's either hair color or bleach or a combination of that, and maybe some products and ingredients, because a lot of people are not using products correctly. They're underhydrated. They're thinking they need protein, and that doesn't work on underhydrated hair. So there's a lot of imbalance with that. Now, have you found the new growth getting discolored from water, or you're not a smoker? I can tell because your face is beautiful. It's smooth. And when you say you're 50, you look like you're 35 or something, because your skin looks like really smooth. So, so you just look healthy.
Thanks. Oh, and I just want to mention, that's another thing I had to get over with vanity wise in my mind when I made the commitment to do this and stop coloring. So I've always, when my hair was colored and when I would interact with people were shocked at my age. They always have thought oh, you look like you're in your late 30s, and I had to get over that. Like, I, in my mind, got to the point where I'm like, I don't care if people think I look my age, or I might look older, or maybe I do look a little younger because of my skin condition. You know, I got totally over the vanity piece, because it's flattering when someone thinks you look younger than your current age. So now I got to the point where I'm like, I don't care if they think I'm 50, if they think I'm 55, I don't care.
Yeah, that's another
I'm good with
bonus.
myself.
Yeah, that's another added bonus to having a strong esteem and confidence that not everybody's going to have in this journey, because some people are always going to. I hear statements from ladies growing their hair out that somebody says, oh, it makes you look older. And I'm like, I can't even believe somebody would say that to another person. But, you know, so you have to be confident with yourself with growing that out. So, but have you noticed any discoloration from water or anything like
I
that on your hair or
I
products?
haven't
Because some products have a
yeah,
yellow tone to them and that
right.
can deposit on the hair.
I haven't noticed it yet. I don't know when I'm totally transitioned if I'll start picking up on that more, but right now I feel like it's remained pretty bright, you know, so I haven't noticed any discoloration. I haven't dealt with it yet.
Good with that, because even if you do, then you know how to do that through cultivate your curls with detoxing and
Yes,
hydrating and a variety of different products. Because we have some silver sisters in our group as well that,
right.
you know, some of them do encounter product on the hair that builds up and discolors their hair to some extent. And
Yes.
so, but that doesn't happen to everybody. So did you have to change your products so far from the way your hair is at now, or you just been still using the same products?
I'm pretty much using the same product. I have some of my stuff here. I'm sitting
Yeah,
in my
let's see what you
bathroom, and I
got.
just want to show you one thing I did buy that's different. I don't even know if it's making a difference or not, but from TJ Maxx, I bought this Lucetta Color Brightening Purple Shampoo. And it's somewhere between probably a low poo and a clarifying shampoo. It's not harsh, probably a little stronger than a low poo. And I use that
Does it have sulfates in it?
probably, it has, no, cocoa,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
betaine, and then it does have the sulfonate. So it is a
Okay.
little stronger. So I don't use this every wash day, but I throw it in maybe 2 to 3 times a month. I only wash my hair twice a week still. I'm too lazy. And
Yeah.
then,
Do you
but
notice a difference when you use that? When you don't use it, do you notice a difference after you use it?
my hair feels cleaner, like more stripped,
Or
I would say. Yeah. But
yeah, and it
I haven't dealt with any dryness so far, knock on wood. But I do use the Jessie Curl cleansing cream too.
cream.
Or
Mhm.
sometimes I put one small pump of that and put the cleansing cream. So it's a little bit of gentle with a little cleansing. So this is
Right.
what I primarily
And
use, and
I
then
think
that.
that's good for thicker, high porosity hair.
Hmm.
That's really good for. They have a gentle lather that's more for fine hair.
Yeah, I have that
So
too. I use that sometimes. It's just because I have a bottle still, but I do like that cleansing cream.
you ever
So
co-wash?
not anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. I either use the cleansing cream or a combo of the cleansing cream and that shampoo.
You
And then the
prefer a little bit of
conditioners,
lather?
huh? Yeah,
You
for
prefer lather for
a
cleansing?
little bit. Yeah, just a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then conditioners, I have 3 conditioners that I rotate between, or sometimes I cocktail, and long hair don't care. Whoops.
Sure. Yep.
Yep. Protein, I use Mill Creek Keratin.
I have not heard of that. So when you feel like you're a little overhydrated or your hair is getting soft or it feels like it's getting out of its
Very stretchy. Yeah,
shape.
I
Yeah.
basically, so far as the summer, I use this. I've learned, and I know how to keep my hair balanced. I pretty much use this all summer, and I'll add a little bit of like either long hair don't care, or I like this Giovanni. Can you see that? The tea tree
Yeah. Oh, the tea
conditioner.
tree triple threat. Is that what that
Yeah,
was
I
called?
like
Tea tree
both of
threat.
those as protein-free conditioners, and then I'll cocktail it with this, and that'll be my leave-in for my hair.
Oh, okay.
Like that, I leave in my hydration that I leave
Right.
in my hair. Yeah, so
Right.
that works good.
Yeah.
And then fillers, I washed my hair yesterday, so yesterday evening, and I slept with it casted, so I would have decent hair for
And you
today.
didn't have to even refresh your hair today?
No, I didn't do anything. I pineappled it, and it's had a little bit of cast still in it, and it was dry. It was
Okay.
completely dry. So I pineappled it and then just fluffed it out this morning. So then I used this yesterday. It's by Sultanicals Curl Blaze Hair Glaze as a filler. And in the summer, I'm finding leaving in some conditioner, using a filler or a curl enhancer, and then sealing with gel works better for a little bit of longevity because of the higher dew points and humidity. And in the winter, I can get away with just one styler. But summer, it's harder. But I'm pretty low key on my hair. And a lot of times, like I said, I wash twice a week and then I'll end up wearing my hair back a lot, or it gets really elongated and wavy still after day 3, you know, like I get all the bigger waves at the bottom.
And during the winter time as well, it elongates a little bit, correct?
Yes. Right. And then I like this Curla okra gel. I use that a lot. In the winter, I pretty much use long hair, don't care, with this over it, and that's it. Very simple.
Cool.
Yep.
Do you diffuse your hair or air dry?
I'm lazy. I don't have patience for diffusing. I diffuse my hair for maybe max 5 minutes.
Okay.
After I get out of the shower, I take a little water out with a flour sack towel that I have sitting here, and then I diffuse for about 5 minutes. I clip my roots for volume, and then I sit under a hood dryer for maybe 15, 20 minutes. I'll read a book or something, and then I air dry.
Right.
I do stuff around the house and air dry. I wash my hair when I'm going to be around the house, and I can air dry.
Then
so a little combo of everything.
Yeah, when we met in person, you point your hair, you felt like it actually got a little bit curlier since starting Cultivate Your Curls.
Yeah.
Is it still that way, or does it seem like it goes back and forth?
I think it goes back and forth. It is a little more curlier. I think it's because I totally figured out how to balance my hair. You know, like I can keep that good protein moisture balance. I'm a wavy because I'm straighter at the top. I don't have root curl, and my curl doesn't stay like this like over days. I mean, if I want to wash and reset it every day, but I'm not doing that. Right. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with getting the big barrel curls at the bottom or the waves at the bottom and letting this keep, you know, straightening out over a day. And I'm totally fine with that look as well. I don't care enough about it to go through the trouble.
Then so some people, you may not have, I'm just assuming, because when you first started out, you were really confident about growing it out. Did you do a hat for a while, wear a hat, or not worry about it? No? Nope. Yeah, because some people.
I go to the grocery store. I don't worry about it.
But you didn't have like major prom picture photos, graduation photos, family photos? Because some people like, oh my gosh, I got to color my hair for growing it out.
Not involved in any weddings or anything. So it has been easy. There's not a whole lot of things going on. Our good friends that we'll sit out on the patio and chat with them or catch if they know that I'm growing my hair. So that doesn't bother me at all. Right. I haven't had anything. Yeah, my daughter graduated from college in May, my oldest, but graduation was canceled. So it was a virtual ceremony at home. So it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. And I know people that are growing their hair out and they still attend weddings and they still have pictures and they are growing their hair out still.
Right.
So,
it is.
You know,
yeah.
And even some will pull it back so it's more silver looking instead of the contrast. But then some people are wearing it for the and not minding that they have the contrast.
Yeah, so, when I pull it back in a ponytail now, it pretty much is starting to get to where it's almost, you know, the length of my ponytail.
Right.
So
and that's a different look, and that looks great too, like that. So that's something different. That's the fun of growing that out. I've seen a couple Silver Sisters in communities decide that once they grew it out, they ended up putting color intentionally back in because they like the contrast. You know, and it was only a few
I'm actually enjoying this two-tone process. It doesn't bother me at all, and I'm not self-conscious about it. So yeah. So then you're pretty active. Some people are wondering about when you do yoga, you do some other things. I do.
And if you shower, do you get your hair wet down? Do you wet down your hair, or do you just do your body and refresh your hair separately on the side?
Yeah, so I told you I'm pretty low maintenance. So when I work out, I pineapple my hair, pull it back. I don't get a greasy scalp. I'm very fortunate in that way. I do get hot and sweaty and all. I just let it dry and it's fine. And my hair doesn't smell. I think my family would let me know if it did, but it does not.
Sure.
I haven't had an issue with that. I cleanse my scalp well when I do wash. And then I just go with it. I have a Flairosol that I can spritz my hair with conditioner water, diluted conditioner water, and that helps refresh it a little bit. So I'll use that. I'll use that before I pineapple and go to bed at night. I just do a very I don't get it damp. I just really light mist, and then I'll pineapple my hair. I sleep with a satin pillowcase. I don't do
What
a
do you do
buff.
when
I
you
just
wake up?
can't do it.
What do you do when you wake up? You take out the pineapple, right?
I
And
take out the
then,
pineapple. I let it settle for a while. I don't do anything. And then if I do want it to look somewhat decent or tame, like maybe some larger halo, I'll wet my hands with warm to hot water, and I just like smooth down some of the halo, and it kind of reactivates the gel that was in there. That's about it.
awesome. Yeah. So
Until I
think,
decide I want to wash and totally reset my hair again.
right. Yeah. So that's good. I think that explains a lot to help a lot of people out that are growing and transitioning out like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do a silver hair number 3 with another interview coming up with someone that
Yeah.
you know.
She was
And
one of my inspirations, actually. That was the
yeah.
first friend I met, the person you're going to interview in interview 3.
Yeah, so that's going to be exciting for that. So you got to promise me that when your hair, we got to do a catch-up video when it's
Sure.
like either all the way there or are done or just about ready to be done.
Yeah.
Either way. So I would like to see it because it's going to be beautiful. And you plan on keeping your hair long while it's silver still, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't, like I said, I like my hair. I don't like it really much shorter than what it is right now, maybe just a tad. I got a trim in mid-June. So maybe I don't go much over my shoulders, and then I let it grow out. So I
Yeah,
have
because
no
I've
plans to
seen
go
you
short.
mostly with longer hair. I've known you with even longer than what you have
Right.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think some silver people that are starting out, they start to think that, oh, I got to have it short like grandma did,
Nope.
in 1945 or something like that. And
Yeah.
no, you can have your hair long. And
Right.
there's just so much bad information or these old lies that just aren't true anymore.
Yeah, I'm hoping to, like keep it somewhere between like, right here to here, I just don't plan on going any shorter. And I anticipate, so this October will be 12 months. And
Oh,
just
okay.
based on how I'm getting my hair trimmed, which is about every 5 to 6 months, I get like a couple of inches, 2 to 3 inches off. I think it'll be sometime next year where I'll
Right.
be completely transitioned.
Yeah, it takes about 2 years for most people at that
Right.
length, and it's about 6 months or 6 inches a year. And then curly hair seems to shrink up, so it looks like 4 inches, but it's still 6 inches when you pull on it.
Right.
Plus or minus, that's an average. And so that's good with that. Anything else you want to throw in about the silver hair journey?
No, I'm enjoying it. I think the best thing anyone can do is, well, you'll know when it's right because you won't care about anyone else's opinion, and you're doing it for yourself. And then just be as confident as you can. Like I say, fake it till you make it or whatever. Like smile, own it, and just move forward with confidence. And I think you'll have other people be positive around you. I have not had a single person make a negative comment to me about growing out my hair.
Well, I think you're around a lot of supportive, encouraging, healthy people too, And so I see that in your family, and that's why I respect a lot of what you do, and I'm glad you're in my circle.
No, thanks. I'm very thankful that I met you. And then, I'm backtracking. Do you care? I just wanted to
Sure.
mention when I do put my conditioner in, and because of my coarseness and then the gray hair, I do use a wet brush to help on the conditioner portion when I'm washing my hair, because it helps line up maybe some of that halo that can pop out when you've got the gray hair or coarse hair for that matter. So I forgot to mention that when we were talking
Yeah,
about
and I think that's a good point because a lot of people put their styling products on what they learn and Cultivate Your Curls, and then they do use a wet brush to smooth it out with all the stylers in. Then they go in again to their routine to make their curls, and then they'll have less halo. And
yeah,
but you have to have a good day 1 to have a good day 2 and day 3.
absolutely. Yeah. And I
And
find out the more conditioner and the wetter, and as I'm working with it, the longevity of my definition it lasts better or whatever. It's got more
Yeah,
longevity. You know.
and so this hasn't affected your job. You're a professional, right? You still
Yes, I
work,
am.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
and
am.
so because some people bring up, you know, it's not professional. I can't do this at work, and I mean, you can do a lot of things to justify still coloring your hair, and you can reach a point where people are just as accepted with their silver hair and the process of transitioning and growing it out and still maintaining a level of professionalism as well, because
Right.
their hair looks nice as it's growing out, because you know how to work with it and cultivate
Right.
your hair from it, you know.
Yes.
So that's
Yep.
good. So it was weird. I got like this tiny little booklet, and it's actually a book of Proverbs, and it was so weird. Like this week I'm looking to it and I was like, gray hair is like a crown of glory. It is attained in the path of righteousness. So I had to look up path of righteousness,
Okay.
and it's just good living, living with values, good, you know, ethics. And so knowing you, I was like, wow, that is just like Bhairavi. She is walks a great path, and you got a crown now of glory that's coming out of you, that to me radiates more of who you are, and I think it looks beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
yeah,
I'm
appreciate. I really
enjoying it.
truly, yeah.
There are times I look at old pictures and I'm like, oh, but now my eyes have changed and I'm conditioned. I feel like it's artificial looking to me, you know, like my perception has changed.
That's awesome. Yeah, because some people have to grow it out for medical reasons or for
Right.
allergy reasons, or they read somewhere online that color gets into your blood system through your scalp. So they just want to get rid of anything that could be considered toxic. And dark hair is
Right.
one of the other ones. I think every hair color does, but darker got a bad rap as well, for supposedly of what it
The
is more
dyes.
toxic in some way. And I don't even know if that's true,
Right.
but
And I just appreciate all of the women I've gotten to know through the curl community and the gray hair forms and all the uniqueness of it. It is so, like I said, I just get fascinated, like just looking through my own hair and seeing, you know, how the front is different than the back, and everybody's got this unique shades of
yeah.
gray, silver, pewter. It's neat.
Yeah, there was that was a new one for me that I didn't know was pewter. I heard
Oh,
somebody else say that just like
yeah.
a couple weeks ago, and I thought that was a neat name, because I hear snow, salt and pepper, you know, you hear steel gray.
Steel,
So
right.
yeah, so you hear different things of that. So all right, well, thank you. And again, I appreciate your time today with helping out some of these other people that are going to hear your story. I look forward to hearing the comments of what people say. If they have any questions, I know I can get up with you and always
Yeah, sure.
find out
Absolutely.
something. And on the YouTube channel, Curly Hair Artistry, if you see something and you have a free moment and somebody leaves a comment, you can always reply yourself if you want.
Yeah.
So thank you for today, and I
No, I
truly
appreciate you.
appreciate.
Thanks for asking to talk to me today. I appreciate it.
All right, so I'm going to stop the recording, and for those of you that are new to the channel, just make sure you subscribe down below. We got another series coming up with series number 3 for the Silver Sisters, and I'll leave that as a surprise for who that will be. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and you guys have a good day. So thanks a lot,
Bye.
Bhairavi.
Thank you so much. Thanks.